Hi everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today I'm going to be building this modern starter home. So I haven't really done a whole lot of modern builds recently, and I did do a few a little while ago, and it's, a really nice style to do, and I feel like it, there's lots of items in game to go ahead and do that type of style. So today I went ahead and did this, which is a modern starter home. Now I have in the past tried to do modern starter homes, but for some reason it never ever works out. I've done like 3 or 4 of them, and I don't know why. I can never do modern starter homes for some reason. I have no idea why, but today it finally worked out. So I was looking on Pinterest actually, and that is something where you can go ahead and get build inspiration, and you can actually use it to get CC now. It seems to be more popular these days to get CC from. Anyway, so I was looking on there, which I normally do to get ideas for builds, and Spring Sims has got me addicted to that ever since he mentioned it a little while ago. So yeah, I was looking on there and I found this kind of like, it wasn't like classed as a modern or anything like that. It was just something that I saw. It was this little blue house sort of thing. It looked exactly like something that would fit into Oasis Springs really nicely. So that's what I went ahead and did today. So this is what I came up with. It's just a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom starter home, and I did actually use items from the new Parenthood game pack, I believe, as well. Did I? I think I did. Did I use one? Yeah. Well, I used a few of them. Like, I feel like recently, since I've done quite a few Parenthood videos because I actually got early access to it. So when the embargo lifted, I uploaded like 10 videos that day. By the time you see this video, it's going to be way past when the release of that pack came out, because I'm actually pre-recording for the month of June. This may not even be up in June, it might be into July, I don't know. I'll explain that in just a second. So yeah, I did use a few items from Parenthood, and yeah, so this idea was really, really nice. It's a fairly simple build. I just saw it on Pinterest, like I said, and it was kind of like just this blue house, and kind of looked very similar to this, and I just went ahead and did it. So I used this kind of like blue siding for it, and I also use like a brick as well. I normally like to do that because I feel like sometimes I do use I do use brick a lot of the time, and there's this one here which I use from the Vampires game pack. It isn't really anything that's just specific for Forgotten Hollow. It kind of fits with a lot of different things, and you may have seen that. I've used it for a few builds actually, that type of brick there. So I did use that as kind of like a feature accent wall, just to break it up a little bit from all that siding. And yeah, so I was trying to find a door here to use because it wasn't quite symmetrical, the one I wanted to use, so I did have to go with another one. It wasn't quite symmetrical, but in that gap there, I just put a kind of like a outdoor light there, and I do come back to do the door later as well because it was kind of frustrating me. So here I'm just putting a couple of columns down because of kind of like, it just felt nice to do that since it's kind of like all siding and then a little bit of random accent wall, so I thought it'd be nice to do that. So for this build, one thing I actually try not to do when it came to editing was cut out loads of different things, because normally when it comes to doing builds, it takes me absolutely ages. I'm so indecisive when it comes to what I want to do, so what I normally do is actually just cut out kind of like a lot of the build, and I just put little snapshots of each of the rooms, so you kind of get an insight to what it's like, and then at the end of the video I'll put screenshots of what it looks like. So today I actually stuck away from that, and I didn't actually do one jump cut in this entire video, which I was totally surprised about. So yeah, I could have maybe made this video a little bit shorter if I did, because at one point I actually used what was it, I think I used one of the items from Spa Day for the kitchen counters, and I went ahead and did that, but at the end I was running out of money. So that was actually kind of an expensive counter, so I went back and used one of the base game ones, which is a little bit more cheaper, so I went ahead and changed that. So that'll probably be one of the bits of the video which would be okay to cut out, but I actually didn't, so there you go. So as you can see here, I'm just changing the size of it up quite a bit actually, because it was actually quite big, the size I made it to start off with. I could have maybe made it into a 2-bedroom house, the size I did have it originally, but I just wanted to make it a 1-bedroom one for some reason. I don't know why, I just felt like it. So we're working on kind of like just doing the doors and windows and things. As you've seen there, I do these in random orders. Like sometimes I'll do the landscaping first, and then I'll go ahead and do all the interior, then do the windows last, and I do those orders in different times every single build I do really. But for this one, I actually went ahead and did kind of like the basic shape of the house, then I went inside and did the kind of like the floor plan of it, and then I went back outside and did the windows. just so I had like the idea of what I wanted inside, and then I did the windows adjusting to that. So another thing I did for this build as well was I actually didn't really use neutral colours for once, which I always use way too much, and I always get comments saying that I should try some new colour schemes, which I'm always, you know, excited to do, try new things in The Sims, so I went ahead and did that today. It's not really something totally like really different. It's just using a bit of blue colours, as you would have seen from the outside, and I kind of brought that inside as well, as you will see here. So another one of the Parenthood items that I used was this wallpaper. I used it as a backsplash for the kitchen. It doesn't really fit the rest of the wallpapers in terms of the trims around it, but you can't really see that because that bit at the bottom actually gets cut off by the counters anyway, so it's just a nice tiling to use for the backsplash. I couldn't think what it was called, so I went ahead and did that for today's speed build. So like I was saying earlier, you might not see this in June, or you might see it in July, or late June, and that's because I'm actually pre-recording a lot of my videos for the month of June, and that's because I actually have exams coming up this month, so I've been pre-recording recently, making sure I have enough videos for the full month of June, so I don't have to worry about recording for that full month, so I can just make sure I'm focusing on the exams, and I don't have to worry about that. So today is actually the 4th of June that I'm recording this on. It's actually my last day off that I've had. I've actually had a week off, which is great, but today's my last day, which is always depressing. Even on, like, today's a Sunday as well, it's my last day off, and like even on Sundays in general, when I don't have a week off and it's just the weekend, it's such a depressing day. Just the thought of having to get up early tomorrow morning, and like, oh, it's just horrible. And the days on Sundays always seem to go over so quickly, because like I'm just looking at the clock the whole time thinking, oh, I've only got this amount of the day left, and then back to horrible college tomorrow. But anyway, I only have, like, after I go back, my exams are from the 19th to the 23rd, I think, and then after that, it's kind of like I have until the 21st of July, and then I'm finished for summer. Then I go back on the 4th of September for my last year ever of school, and yeah, so I'm going to have so many ideas for the summer. I've been working on a few ideas, and I have some really exciting things, a couple of different projects coming up, which I'm so excited for, and I can't wait to share more information about that when the time comes. But I haven't, like, I've been planning out what I want it to be, and I'm just hoping everything aligns and everything goes well, but it's something really exciting, and I think that you're all going to love it. 2 ideas actually that I've come up with so far, but we're not even into the summer yet, so I'm sure that new ideas will come out. We've also got the fitness stuff pack coming out as well during the summer, I think, so, you know, we're going to have a new pack there, and always when a new pack comes out, I get a huge bunch of ideas coming up, so you'll probably see a surge of videos when that pack comes out. And yeah, so like I said, I'm going with a new type of colour scheme for this build here. So I'm going with a blue colour scheme for the outside and inside. I'm trying to stick away from that neutral colour scheme which I use all the time. I did use sort of a neutral colour in the bedroom, kind of, and in the bathroom, but the bedroom isn't totally neutral. I use this wallpaper colour, which I don't really use that often, and I just thought it looked really nice with that floor in there, so I went ahead and did that. And yeah, so like I said, I have exams coming up from the 19th to the 23rd. One of the exams, I think, well, in college I do psychology, German and business. I think it's on the 19th. I have a 3-hour psychology exam in the morning, which is going to be horrible, and then I have literally less than 50 minutes before my next exam, which is an hour and a half, which is business, and I'm like, oh, why couldn't I just space out the exams? So I kind of got like 2 of my big exams on that day, and then I've got the week off until the Friday, which I then have my German exam, and then I'll be finished for exams for that year. But they are pretty important, because that, if I don't do well on these exams, then that'll mean I won't get into college next year. Because in the UK, if you're from the UK, I'm doing A levels, and we'll have to do kind of like these exams this year to make sure, see what grades I get, and then if I do, then I can continue the course next year, and that's what these exams are for. So I'm really hoping they go well. I'm kind of stressing really big time about them, but I think it'll be okay. I'm just going to have to make sure these last 2 weeks before the exams I'm working really hard for them. Anyway, so we're just working on the bedroom here, and this is, like I said, it's only 1-bedroom house, and I did use a few items from City Living in this build here. It is something I use a whole lot in terms of paintings and things. I always use City Living paintings. I feel like in terms of paintings, we're very limited. And I'm always using City Living paintings, but the problem is that they are pretty expensive, but they just have so many different colours and different styles to them, which I always use, and they kind of fit for every single style. Like, I say this in a few of my different speed builds, but like I did a Spanish villa build not too long ago with Simproved, I've done a Bali beach home with Simmer Kitten, I've done this modern build, I've done traditional homes, and all of them I've used these City Living paintings, and they're just very, very diverse, and that's the same with the game pack in general, sorry, the expansion pack in general, and the same with the paintings as well, just fits all different types of styles. So if you're looking for a pack to get in terms of expansion packs, then I really, really recommend City Living, because you get all these new build mode items. There's so many of them, I use them all the time, and as you can see, I'm using the desks there as well, which I actually took out because we didn't actually have enough money for it, but just another example there. And it's just so many different items in terms of gameplay. We've got a new world, apartments and everything. It's just so much with that expansion pack, so I really recommend you get it. And also Parenthood, which is a new game pack, is also really, really great because it adds so much gameplay, which is something we've been asking for such a long time. So I recommend you go and watch that, sorry, buy that, not watch it, if you really like family gameplay. So we're at the end of the video now, so I'm going to leave you with some screenshots in just a second. Make sure you head over to the gallery. My origin ID is Real Thomas TV1 if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself. It is starter price, it just came out around 21,000 simoleons, so that should be in the price range for you downloading it for your starter sim. I'm going to leave you with some screenshots now. Make sure to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!